Hey guys, it's Gregg Reynolds from the Kissin' Country Drive Home Show with our special guest today, Jesse Labelle. Welcome.
Yes, thanks for having me, man.
I want to get the fresh wounds out of the way first. Okay. Do you want to talk about the Blue Jays? I know you're from Toronto.
Yeah, you know what? I could talk about it. It's enough time has passed now. You know, I'll just go on record right away saying that we watched the whole thing down in Nashville, and I was probably one of the only Canadians in the bar. You know, like everyone's chanting, "Let's go Royals," and I'm shouting Blue Jays in there on top of it. But I'm just so happy that we made it as far as we did, you know, and gave you that euphoric feeling of, you get a hit and you just feel something inside. So even though it was sad, I'm pretty happy about how far we made it.
You know he's not a bandwagon fan because he's using "we." As soon as you use "we,"
yeah,
that's a true fan.
There you go.
It was kind of cool to see all of Canada kind of connect on that, right?
We all came together. I'm going to keep on using "we." We all came together, and it turned the country into a family, and it was a beautiful thing. I mean, everybody across the entire nation was brought together for those couple games and those really good feelings and the really bad feelings. But the club is great.
Just so you know, I was the guy around the station that was cheering against the Blue Jays.
What?
I know, that's what they said. It was
Where are you
anti-Canadian.
from?
I'm from Canada.
You're from Canada.
I just chose to not cheer for them.
Okay.
Is that anti-Canadian, or am I staying off the bandwagon? What is the...
It's a little bit of both, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you seem like a nice guy, so I'm not going to judge you now. But if we were watching the games, we would have been combating. We would have been head-to-head on that.
Well, they punished me enough.
Okay.
The morning show, Chris, Jack, and Matt. So
fair enough.
We've dealt with that.
Okay.
You were originally a pop star singer, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I've always been a songwriter, first and foremost, and a guitar player. I started my career playing guitar for an actor named Fifi Dobson.
I don't... Yeah,
yeah.
Fifi,
So I started playing guitar for her, and I left to write for her and, to do more of the production side. And it just seemed that I was writing a lot of pop rock material, and a lot of that caught some people's ears, and I ended up going to New York, lived there for a year, and LA and Nashville. And Nashville was always where I wrote the best material. And, the genre of country has done such a 180 in the last little while, and it's really opened itself up to a whole new group of singers and songwriters. And, for me, I don't feel like I had really changed too much of what I did. The genre just kind of came around to a place where it was really easy to kind of jump in, and people really appreciate it.
When you look at the landscape of country right now, is there sort of an artist or a couple artists that you look at and say, that's kind of the direction that I want to go?
The first time that I went to see Keith Urban play in concert, I remember going and watching him and being like, that's kind of, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was like, that's kind of what I do. I play guitar. I love ripping a solo when I can. Again, I've always been a guitar player first and foremost. And I was watching it and I thought, he can do that and get up on stage, and people love that he's a musician and also a singer and a songwriter. And I saw that and I was like, that's kind of the alleyway that I'd like to be in, especially in the next 10, 15 years of my life. If I can keep on doing that, that'd be fantastic for me. I got to open for Keith Urban last year at the Calgary.
Is that right?
Calgary Stampede, yeah. And we got talking guitars and all that. And I was like, yeah, you know what? This is definitely where I want to be. So,
what was it like just hanging out for a couple seconds with Keith Urban?
It was great. He's such a nice dude. He's really appreciative of everybody that comes on the road with him, and anybody that shares a stage with him, he always wants to make them feel like they're at home. But that's something in the country genre in general. Everyone's really good. Everyone's family. Everyone wants to support everybody else and wish them well.
Now, when it comes to your songwriting for country music, do you feel like you have a different sort of spin on it, a different angle than some of the stuff that we're hearing right now on country radio?
It's definitely not in the bro country vein, although I feel like the whole genre is moving away from that. It's a lot more, I want to say respectful of women than the bro country was, but I've always written the same kind of songs. They're all personal, draw from human emotion, and as long as it's something that can connect with the listener, and hopefully 10, 15 years down the road they can listen to it again and have them take it back to a time in their life. That's the kind of stuff I want to write.
We've all been around what you're talking about in your new single, You Left Me. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, that song was really special to me. When we went and we wrote it, I had this other idea that I wanted to write, and the co-writer's name is Chris Wallen. He's a good old Tennessee boy, and he wrote the new Garth Brooks single, and he's written countless Montgomery Gentry hits, and he wrote Don't Blink for Kenny Chesney. And I respected him as a songwriter, and I went in thinking I'm going to show him this great idea, and I walked in and I started playing it, and he's like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but how about we write a song called You Left Me? Oh, I don't want to write a breakup song.
Yeah.
It's so typical. I'm in Tennessee, and he's like, no. It's like, hold on, how about You Left Me breathless? And I give him total credit. It was his idea, and I was like, holy, that's really good. So we just rolled with it, and there were a couple other writers in the room. A guy named Neil Sanderson, who's in 3 Days Grace, and Casey Marshall. They both wrote a bunch of stuff for Tim Hicks as well. So the four of us kind of got together in that room that day, and we came out with the song, and we all knew we had something. We left there, and we were like looking at each other, just try to hide your excitement. That was a really good one, a really, really, really good one. So we took it and produced it, and it's here now. It's starting to spin. It just started. I think it just hit the chart last week, and I couldn't be happier to be promoting a song that I love as a songwriter.
So not only can we get that on iTunes right now?
Yeah, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on all the streaming services.
And you got a video
Apple Music.
too.
Yeah, the video just came out. CMT premiered it last week, and it was playing in the lobby here when I walked in. I was like, there was my head on a bunch of. Maybe for this interview you can take a picture of that and show it to them at some point. There's Edmonton Oilers, and there's a poster of Justin Timberlake, and they've got my head on all of them underneath this screen playing the music video. I was like, it's the best welcome I've ever had.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah.
Now, we're coming up on Halloween, so I want to do a Halloween rapid fire. You cool with that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. First, I got to know, couples costumes, yes or no?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm okay with it. I've done it before, which is why I'm sorry.
What have you done?
We were a plug and a socket.
I kind of like that one.
And it was so low pro, we got a box, cardboard box, wrapped them in tin foil, and then she put on it's just a cutout of cardboard. It's like a $5 costume.
So this is the best kind, right?
Yeah, I did it all the dollar store.
It's cheap, it's easy, and it's a couple's costume.
And
So
it looked good,
what are you doing this year? Do you have a costume?
No, but I saw something this morning that I'm dying to do. You know those little boards that people are rolling around on?
Yeah.
So some dude took one of those boards and he attached a red carpet to it. He dressed up as Aladdin, and he just stands on the board and rolls around.
That's a great idea. Although
Yeah.
those boards are expensive, are they not?
I know. I think we're going to the West Edmonton Mall later. Maybe we'll see if they're hawking them or.
All right, best Halloween candy when you're going around door to door.
Oh, like full chocolate bars.
Yeah, you had to go to the full chocolate bar
You got
house.
to go for the full. That houses that give you the entire chocolate bar. That to me as a kid, I was like, that was the holy grail.
You try to switch costumes with your buddy so you can go back twice,
Exactly. Oh hell yeah.
right? Worst candy.
Worst candy. Anything that looks like it could have been unwrapped, like a little tiny wrapped up toffee or a lollipop or something. It's sketchy. I don't want to eat anything that is not sealed.
What about those little orange wrapper Halloween candies with like the spooky things on it? We all avoided that one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Horrible,
about.
horrible
Not a huge
candy.
fan, although I
Don't
do
give
like-
those out.
I do like all candy, so it's not hard to win me over on Halloween.
Dressing up your pets.
I've never done that, although I think if your pet's willing to do it, it's kind of cool. If you can incorporate it into your costume, I think that would be awesome.
Oh, as like a third.
Like if you had like a big hound dressed up as Scooby or something.
Or like for your Aladdin costume, you could have a boo.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
There you go.
Have a little monkey hanging around on the shoulder.
Favorite thing to watch around Halloween? Like Halloween special, scary movie?
Yes, scary movies. I mean, I've always been a horror movie fan growing up. I love the Scream movies. That's like right when I was in high school, and that's kind of throws me back to that area of my life.
Go on a date and get the cuddle out of it.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
smart play.
You do the sneaky, the arm over, whatever it is.
It's never so sneaky, was it?
No.
It was awkward and sweaty. And
Yeah, well, and now it's all Netflix, so you can just do it all in the comfort of your own home.
Netflix and chill, right?
Exactly.
And did you have a movie? Did you have a movie that just kind of ruined you as a kid? Like just totally terrified you? You watched it too young?
Yeah, absolutely. It was Chucky.
Yeah,
and
oh,
I
man.
remember that we'd go to the stores and like this was VHS back then. I mean, like I feel like I've been around forever now. There's VHS and there was DVD or Laserdisc and Blu-ray, whatever it was a VHS store, and I rented Chucky. My mom didn't want me to rent it, and I was like, no, it looks cool, it's about a doll, and I got it, and I swear to God, my parents regretted that decision for the rest of their lives. I'd have to be watched while I was sleeping, and I'd have the door open, I had to be able to see somebody while I was falling asleep. Really bad.
We're here with Jesse Labelle, his brand new single, brand new video, You Left Me. You can check it out on CMT, buy it on iTunes. How can we get in touch with you personally?
You can get in touch with me over all the social media outlets. My website is jesselabelle.com. Instagram is Jesse Labelle Music. Facebook is Jesse Labelle Music. And Twitter is Jesse Labelle. So find me there. I'll always respond back, and I'd love to hear from you.
Thanks for joining us here in
Yeah,
Kissing
thanks
Country.
for having me.